ran out to the middle.
Come along to make a wood heater hearth with me, and honestly, I cannot believe how good it actually turned out considering I had no idea what I was doing. So me and Jake headed to Bunnings and got all of the supplies that we needed, which was a lot: grout, tile edging, tile adhesive, all of the things that I have no idea what they are. So Jake had cut the base out with cement sheeting, and then he quickly put all of the tile edging on the night before work so then I could tile it the next day. So step number one for me was to go in with a primer all over the cement sheeting. I'm not really sure what for or why, but I did it. Once the sealer had dried, I went in with a tile adhesive, and this was where things started to get a little off track. I used way too much, like I spread it on way too thick, because it said on the box that this does for 4 square meters, and I used all of it and ran out on this 1 square meter base. When Jake finished work and seen that I had used it all and not had enough, he was honestly laughing at me because he's like, how could you use 4 square meters on this tiny little wood heater half? I don't know what it's called. So the center didn't get tiled, which is super annoying and honestly does my OCD in, but luckily it's going to be hidden underneath the wood heater anyway, so crisis averted. The next day, after all of that super thick adhesive had dried, I went in with 3 coats of this natural look sealer, and I love the way it looked. It brought out the colors in all of the stones. And the next day, again, it was finally time to grout, which I was super excited about because I could finally see the whole vision coming together, but I was also a little scared. I was worried I wasn't going to get it in all of the little nooks and crannies. Here's Jake telling me I should be using the proper mixer, but I just like using my little mixer stick. I don't know, I feel like it works better, and then I also don't have to wash it. Bit lazy, but yeah. Putting the grout on actually ended up being super easy. All I did was scoop it out of the bucket and then push it in all of the nooks and crannies with this like scraper thingy. After doing this, now I'm just super excited to do the splashback in the kitchen, because it's definitely given me confidence. If Jake's there to make sure everything's level and straight, we should be right. As I started getting closer to the end, I realized I was running out of grout, which was just super annoying because I'd already run out of tile adhesive the day before, and now I ran out of grout as well. Super annoying, especially because it was only a tiny little bit. So the next day I drove into town, got more, and then I ended up with too much, so I just decided to chuck a little bit in the center just to make that look a little bit better, even though it's going to be hidden underneath the wood heater anyway. Then came the real mission, lifting up the wood heater while I pushed under the hearth, which was so hard. I underestimated how heavy this thing that I created was. I honestly wasn't expecting it. It kind of looks light, but it is so heavy. Maybe this is lighter. What happens if I move this? Don't underestimate me. Come on, Craig.
And I'll straighten it out.
So yeah, it definitely was not budging, but luckily we had Plumber Craig there to help Jake lift the wood heater up, and then we ended up calling our neighbor, and thankfully he was able to come over and help us push it under while Jake and Plumber Craig lifted up the wood heater. Absolute legends, honestly. I don't even know how they lifted it. It was so heavy, I could not get it to budge. Side note, do you guys call this a wood heater or a fireplace? Because in my previous video of spray painting this wood heater, I got roasted in the comments because apparently it's a fireplace, but I swear it's a wood heater. I'm so surprised at how good this turned out though. I love the crazy pave. If you're not already, make sure you follow along our little reno journey.